Wendy Ansley here, kinesiology professor at College of the Desert. I look forward to sharing with you just a little well-rounded, shorter flow that we're going to just kind of come into the element of our body, every little muscle group, right, in a shorter amount of time, okay? So we're going to start at the edge of our mat in Tadasana, awakening those arches and spreading those toes. Inhale, we're going to draw those arms up, clasp around the right wrist, and let's come into a little lateral movement here in Urdhva Hastasana as we adjust ourselves, opening the spine and opening the right side of the body. Let's draw that left hip forward just a bit. Inhale, rise. Clasp now the left wrist and shift over to the right, a little lateral flexion of the spine, opening the left side body, drawing the right hip forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, come into a little forward fold here. Maybe we do a little dynamic as we're waking in, a little heel and toe, heel and toe. Beautiful. Into our forward fold. Into halfway lift, either hands by the shins or the thighs or the ground. Gaze forward and down. Framing the feet, we're going to step that left leg back, lowering the left knee to the ground. And we'll do one or two dynamics as we come into beautiful low lunge. Root into the ground with both feet, draw length in the spine, and feel that release of the left hip. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Believe in what we're doing. Beautiful. Gently release. Hands come on the inside. I do a little quarter turn here on this left knee. My back foot is pointed right behind it. And now I'm going to press outer edge of my right foot. Prepare for gate pose, Paragasana. Draw that right arm down and the left arm rotated in. Lateral flexion still. Rotate that pinky in and almost draw the heart towards the ceiling a bit. Inhale, rise. Drawing the left hand either to the block, to the hip, to the block, or to the ground. Come into beautiful reverse gate pose. Press through the outer edge of the foot. Feel the stretch through the right hip, out the fingertips. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Gently release, lower the hand to the ground. Come into Falakasana here, plank. A little core awakening. Active legs, heels over the balls of the feet. Lightly dome the upper back. Gaze forward. Come into beautiful core. Draw the left knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the left foot next to the left hand. Lower the right knee to the ground. One or two dynamics. Beautiful low lunge. Anjaneyasana, preparing us for this practice. Gently release. Hands on the inside, quarter turn that right knee. Press outer edge of that left foot. Extend the arms. Draw that left arm down the left leg. Draw that right arm. Rotate the pinky in and open the right side body. Draw the left bottom ribs forward. Heart to the ceiling. Inhale, rise. Draw the right hand to the hip, to the block, or to the ground, and grow this pose. From the back foot, through the hips, through the crown of the head, we connect. Beautiful yoga. Gently lower the left hand. Transition back to Falakasana again. Active legs, active core, belly button to the spine. Lightly dome the upper back, engage the shoulders. Core awakening. Gently lower to the knees. We're in tabletop here. Hips over the knees, tuck the toes. Let's walk the hands out here and let's prepare for puppy dog. So we're going to rest the forehead onto the ground, and this is our shoulder release. We're going to draw the shoulders down the back ribs. And some of us may rest our chest and chin onto the ground. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Calm the mind. Release the shoulders. We're all connected. Gently come out. Let's almost stand on the knees here, and we're tucking the toes, connecting to our whole body. Draw those arms up. Lower the right. So we're interlacing the hands here. The thumbs almost come along the neck here, and the hands are almost like a basket in the back of the head. We're going to lower the right elbow down and draw that left elbow up. Kind of a little working on thoracic mobility of the upper back. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, lower that left elbow down. Draw that right elbow up. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, lower the right elbow down. Draw that left elbow up. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, lower the left elbow down, right elbow up. Inhale, rise. This is where we're going to open the chest and open the heart in a partial camel here. So tilt those elbows up. We're drawing the upper spine through the heart. We're gazing up here. Stay here 3 breaths. Gently release. Come back to tabletop. Walk those palms forward just a few inches. Lead with those hips. Come into down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Press through those palms. Spread those fingers. Root through the fingers, especially the second and third fingers. Draw the shoulders down the back ribs and firm those thighs. Let's close our eyes and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Through the nose, calm the mind. Breathe into our stiffness. Walk the hands and the feet towards one another. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat, tailbone out. Either hands to the shins, the thighs, or the ground. Exhale, come into forward fold. Come more to that midfoot. Let's take the tops of the hands. We're going to press them into the ground. And just put some weight, maybe back and forth, side to side here, side to side. Just preparing the wrists. Now the fingers come towards one another and we're still kind of rocking side to side. And now fingers move away and we're rocking side to side. Gently bend the knees. Open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. Beautiful. We're going to come the other side here a little bit. We're still warming up, preparing for our practice. Inhale, we're going to draw the arms up. Clasp around the left wrist here and shift over to the right, kind of drawing that right hip forward a little bit, but really opening the left side of the body. Inhale, rise. Clasp around the right wrist, shift over to the left, opening that right side body, drawing the left hip forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive down. Maybe another little dynamics, heel and toe. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat, either hands, shins, thighs, or to the ground. Framing the feet. This time we're going to step that right leg back. And we're going to come into beautiful low lunge. Beautiful. Press through that back foot. Draw energy out the fingertips. Breathe into that back hip. Beautiful preparatory posture, Anjaneyasana. Draw the hands in a bit. Let's do a little quarter turn here. As we extend that left leg out, preparing for gate pose. Draw the left hand down and draw that right arm up. Rotate that pinky in just a bit. Open that right side body. Draw the bottom ribs forward and heart to the ceiling. Inhale, rise. Draw the right hand to the hip or to the ground or to the block and grow that pose. Beautiful in reverse gate pose. Feel the stretch from the back foot through the hips, through the crown of the head and the fingertips. Gently release, lower the hand, come into Falakasana here. Dome the upper back, belly button to the spine. Draw the right knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the right foot next to the right hand. Come up vertically and come into beautiful low lunge. Root into the ground. Draw length in the spine. The entire body is connected. Beautiful Anjaneyasana. Stay here several breaths. Gently release. Hands to the ground. Quarter turn that knee. Press outer edge of the right foot. Draw that right hand down and the left arm up. Grow the pose. Open the side body and draw the bottom ribs forward. Inhale, rise. Hand to the hip, blocker to the ground, grow the pose, reverse gate pose, and almost draw that left hip forward. Feel the stretch as we press outer edge of the back foot, activate that back inner thigh, rotate the pinky in, grow the pose. Gently release. Hand to the ground, come into Falakasana here. Active plank, connect the entire body here. Belly button to the spine, active shoulders, Active thighs, active quadriceps. Stay here several breaths. Gently lower to the knees. Coming into tabletop here. Notice my hips are over the knees. That's important for puppy dog. As we walk the palms forward, we're going to keep the hips over the knees, rest the forehead to the ground, and this is where we press into the ground. We draw the shoulder blades down the back ribs. Some of us may begin to bring our sternum and chest and chin to the ground as we stay here several breaths. Gently release, come back to tabletop. We're going to stand on the knees here. We tuck those toes. Inhale, draw those arms. Interlace the hands as they clasp the back of the head. Beautiful. A little thoracic mobility. On the inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, lower the left elbow to the ground. Draw the right elbow up. Inhale, rise. Draw the right elbow down, left elbow up. Inhale, rise. Left elbow down, right elbow up. Inhale, rise. Right elbow down, left elbow up. Inhale, rise. Partial camel. We're going to open the chest, open the heart. Tilt those elbows up, upper spine through the heart. Gaze up. Stay here several breaths. Gently release. Hands to the ground. Walk the hands forward a bit. Come into down dog stretch here. Beautiful down dog. Let's exaggerate down dog. Let's widen the heels so they're in line with the edges of the mat. And feel those inner thighs spiral back. Continue to press through those palms. Externally rotate those shoulders and connect here. Beautiful job. Lengthen the spine. Breathe into the hamstrings. Breathe into the back. Walk the hands and the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Either hands to the shins or the thighs. Exhale, deep forward fold. Come more to the midfoot. Sternum and chest over the shins. Gently bend the knees. Open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. What a beautiful way to warm up. We're going to face the camera here as we just set an intention for our practice today. And today I was reading this morning and thinking about being positive and thinking of you all. And I wanted to share with you, if you can't find light in the darkness, be the light in the darkness. So what that means is when you can't find the light, you have to be the light. And to me, that's about changing your mindset, changing your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And only you can do that. But yoga helps ignite that light. Take a moment, close your eyes, lower your head to the fingertips. Reflect on how you can ignite this light through your thoughts, your words, and your actions, and your efforts, and your breath on this mat. Gently look up. Be the light, right? Be the light. We're going to continue in this flow. We're going to touch on a little bit of balance and tiptoe squat. So we're going to start with the ankles, knees, and shins together. We're going to draw those arms about shoulder height. We're going to releve up about halfway here. About halfway, we're going to releve up on the balls of the feet. On the exhale, we're going to keep the ankles, knees, and shins together, and we're going to lower. The heels are lifted. Beautiful. And if we can, if we struggle, we can place the hands to the ground. But if we can, we're going to draw, so we beginners hands to the ground, or just rest wherever we can. But if we can, hands by the heart. Try to connect. Try to connect with the ankles, the knees, and the shins. Beautiful tiptoe squat. Coming into balance, strength. It's good for concentration. Gently lower the heels, root and rise. Let's do a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Building onto this flow here. Pada Bandha, awaken those arches, spread those toes, Tadasana. Inhale, draw those arms up. Let's draw the palms together if we can. I like to kind of take my thumb and index finger together. And let's add a little bit of a back bend here. We're going to open the chest, open the heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, we're going to swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Framing the feet. We're going to walk it back into down dog, always just doing the best that we can. Effort is everything. Inhale, we're going to draw that left foot up to hip level. One-legged down dog. On the exhale, draw the left knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the left foot next to the left hand. Come into runner's pose. The back foot is lifted. Runner's pose. Mindfully, we're going to root into the ground and come into beautiful Ashtachandrasana. Front leg parallel, that's crescent moon. Front leg parallel to the ground. Connect. I want that back leg straight. And draw that front knee over the toes. Stay here several breath cycles. Inhale, draw length. Exhale, root into the ground. A little open arm twist here in crescent moon. Kind of coming onto the pinky toe a little bit of the back leg. Extend the arms from the center of the chest. We're moving the spine in multi directions here. Balance and strength. Cartwheeling the right hand to the ground. We're going to come into a modified side plank. I'm pressing outer edge of my right foot. I'm drawing that right shoulder head in. Beginners, we're simply going to stay here like a kickstand in side plank, modified side plank. Some of us, we're going to stack the feet on top of one another. We're going to lift that bottom hip, Stack the shoulders over one another. Pack and stack those shoulders. Flex the feet together. Lift that bottom hip. Connect. Beautiful. Side plank. Lower the hand. Come into plank here. Several breaths. Connect. Core awakening. Belly button to the spine. Lead with those hips. Come into down dog. Let's do a cleansing breath in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draw that right leg up, one-legged down dog to hip level. Kind of square those hips a little bit. Rotate that right pinky inward just a bit. On the exhale, draw the right knee to the chest, to the nose. Dome the upper back. Place the right foot next to the right hand. Connect to runner's pose here. Back leg straight. Back heel lifted. Root into the ground as we find our balance and come into beautiful Ashtha Chandrasana, crescent moon. Gaze forward. Find your balance. Find your strength. Coming into a little open arm twist here. Extend those arms from the center of the chest. Find your balance. Find your strength. Circle the left hand into the ground. We're going to press outer edge of the left foot and we draw that left shoulder head in. We can keep a kickstand here as we come into a modified form of our side plank, or we can stack the feet right on top of each other, flex the feet, lift that bottom hip, stack the shoulders. Beautiful side plank. Gently lower the hand, connect to our plank, to our core. Come into down dog. Add a spinal twist here in down dog. We're going to draw the right hand center about 6 inches here. And we're going to draw that left arm up in a down dog with a twist. So the left heel is a little bit higher. Good. Just good for the spine here. Down dog with a twist. Now can we take the left hand outside the right hip and gaze over the left shoulder? Gently release. Come back to down dog. Let's do a cleansing breath again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Draw that left hand center, about 6 inches. Draw that right arm up. Spinal twist. Right heel lifted. If we can, some of us are going to take the right hand to the left hip and gaze over the right shoulder. Gently release. Come back to down dog. In down dog this time, let's bend the knees and draw the chest towards the thighs and just feel that release here. Feel that release in the back. Connecting to our entire body, this flow. Straighten the legs. Walk the hands and legs towards one another. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, tailbone out, back is flat. Exhale, come into deep forward fold. Come more to the midfoot, sternum and chest over the shins. Gently bend the knees. Swan dive up. Open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. Beautiful. Having a block kind of nearby you on this next one. We're going to explore. We're going to come to the back kind of edge of the mat. Let's start with the feet about hip width apart. Root into the ground, and simply we're going to draw those arms up. Energy out to the fingertips. On the exhale, we're going to walk it down into our down dog pose. Firm those thighs, tailbone back and down, pubis bone back and up. On the inhale, we're going to lift that left leg up. On the exhale, so we're in our one-legged dog. On the exhale, we're going to draw the left knee kind of near the tricep, and we're going to step that left foot outside of the left hand. And we're coming into a deep hip opener called lizard. So right now my back leg is straight. I'm connecting really to my entire body as I work on opening this hip. And I'm rocking forward and back. And now I'm going to lower my right knee to the ground if I can. Now this is a challenge for some of us. Some of us, we're going to try to sink a little bit lower. And some of us, we're going to come onto our forearms. Some of you might use the block here. And I want us to roll outer edge of the feet, okay? So I'm going to come down a little bit lower, and I'm going to roll outer edge of this left foot. And this is where I'm going to kind of rest my forehead onto the block. But as on the block, as I roll my outer edge of the feet, it symbolizes me opening my hips. And now I'm going to come back and just press into that left foot, resting my knee into the ground, and just breathe into this hip opener. I'm going to stay here. You can continue and kind of draw that left knee out and open the hip. And we're going to stay here quite a while here. The exhale is longer than the inhale. Gently release. Hands to the ground. Back leg is straight. Come into down dog. Inhale, draw that right leg up. Exhale, draw the right knee outside the triceps. Place the right foot outside the right hand, and we're going to rock forward and back. So my back heel is lifted. We rock forward and back. Beautiful. Now we're going to lower the knee to the ground. And this is where some of us are simply going to stay upright. We can't go any lower. But some of us may be able to come onto the block here, and we're going to roll that outer edge of the right foot, and we're opening that hip while we're doing that. And I'm going to take the block and almost rest. I can sink a little bit lower, resting my forehead to the ground and just connect to that outer edge of my right foot, opening the hip. And now I'm going to root that right foot into the ground and just still breathe into this release of the right hip. Exhale longer than the inhale. We'll stay here a while. Gently release, hands to the ground. Connect, back leg again is straight. Draw that leg back into down dog. From down dog, we're going to come into plank. A little more core awakening here. Belly button to the spine, dome the upper back. Gently release. We're going to lower onto the stomachs. This is where I'm going to move my block, and we're going to come into a little spinal extension here. So at first we're going to just rest the forehead to the ground and just kind of draw the chin in, lengthen the cervical vertebrae. Stay here just a couple breaths. As we prepare for spinal extension here, we're going to press through the tops of the feet, which are hip width apart. We're going to draw the palms an inch or two below the bra strap as we come into Cobra. And we're going to hover the hands. We're going to press to the tops of the feet, knees, thighs off the ground here. Hover. We're using the back muscles to pull the chest off the ground. And now we're going to keep the elbows close to the sides. We're going to press to the tops of the feet. Follow the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale, lengthen. Knees, thighs still off the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Pubis bone on the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Beautiful spinal extension. Inhale, lengthen. Feel those inner thighs spiral back. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale, lengthen. Spinal extension. Pubis bone to the ground. Knees off the ground, elbows close to the sides. It's okay to gaze up, look up. We'll stay here several breaths. Gently release. Lower onto the stomachs. Rest the forehead to the ground. Come into wide-legged child's pose. Big toes touching, widen the knees. Make room for the torso. Send those hips back. Press through those palms. Draw length in the spine. Rest the forehead to the ground. Hips towards the heels. Inhale, draw, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press into the ground. Reset the spine a bit. Breathing into that mindset. You are the light. Find the light. Be positive. Lift up others. Gently come out. We're going to come on to our backs here. We're going to start with a supine forward fold where we're just going to lightly clasp, draw the knees towards the chest, and we lightly clasp around the shins, and we think about drawing length in the spine. Knees towards the chest, feet towards the ground. Draw both knees now over to the right. Stack them over one another. Right hand on the left knee. Extend that left arm to the side. Draw the left shoulder to the ground. Gaze over the left shoulder. Gently release, come back center. Guide both knees now over to the left. Try to stack them right on top of each other. Left hand on the right knee, and now gaze over the right shoulder. Really release the back. We'll stay here 7 more breaths. Gently come back center. Lightly clasp around the shins and just draw length in the spine, tailbone towards the ground. Just reset. Stay here several breaths. As we begin to truly let everything go, in our Shavasana, remember, if you can't find light in the darkness, be the light in the darkness. That's part of the mindset, our thoughts, words, and actions. As we nestle down into Shavasana, you're going to hold as long as you would like to stay here. Remember, Namaste means the light in me recognizes the light in you. That's part of being the light. You're going to stay here, let everything go. Relax the palms, relax the feet. Let's take one last deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Nestle your way down. You're going to hold here a while, as long as you like. Regeneration.